Implausible. Deniability.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
She moves forward powerfully while watching ahead. Turning both her head and shoulders to look towards the man filming. She turned to stare back deliberately during a 3-step strike. Then quickly snacks her head back to look forward again. Taking a long stride to get past the tree blocking her view. Western science has done some wonderful things. It catalogs all your discoveries so they can be documented and understood. Then this knowledge is passed on by educators to the young ones. This is a great method for growth and wisdom. But just because it is not documented doesn't mean it is not real. The fossil rarity quotient compares the total number of all fossils found, X, divided by Y, the number of all animals that have ever existed, shown as Z equals X divided by Y. This ratio shows us how likely it is that any one animal that has existed will leave a fossil in the fossil record. The dividend X can be broken into X1 and X2. First, the fossil has to be created. Then it has to be found and confirmed by a paleontologist or anthropologist.
Can't be the real reason. It might sound good, but it doesn't make any sense. How can you conclude it was a legend without study? Everything needs to be examined without prejudice.
Socrates was considered the father of Western philosophy. This is based on his ability to argue both sides on any issue. In ancient Greece, a woman came up to Socrates. She had just seen the oracle at Delphi. She told him that she asked her, who was the wisest man in Athens? The oracle replied it was Socrates. He looked puzzled, and asked quizzically, is that so? I have discovered that the older I get the less I think I know. There is much more that I don't know than that which I do know. So he went around Athens and talked to the great men of the city. He asked each about what they know, and each man declared they knew much about everything. So Socrates went back to the woman and professed the oracle might be onto something. True knowledge exists in knowing that you know nothing. In the true philosophy of
आपकी खिदमत में अपनी चंद गज़लें पेश करने की इजाज़त चाहती हूँ। इजाज़त है।
Just because you discovered a natural mechanism of evolution does not mean other things don't exist. Just because you find relic bones fossilized in stone, does that mean you know the history of biological beings on the planet? No. To understand this, first understand us.
To the Indians living along the Columbia River in Oregon and Washington, or those in Canada, there is no need for proof of Bigfoot. Sasquatch has been a part of Indian lore as long as they've inhabited this land. Some anthropologists believe that the creature could have come to the northwestern part of the United States along with the Indians, across a land bridge that once connected Siberia to Alaska. The newcomers to this country have seen Bigfoot in an area ranging from northern California to southwest British Columbia.
The record of Kathy, where she distracted the cowboys by walking away, was filmed in your late 60s. Even careful human analysis should clearly reveal it to be a female bipedal hominid of tremendous proportions. Respect that. Is it not your own predisposed misconceptions that you are the greatest creation on earth that is fake? Your collective ego is inflated and denial. Silly modern humans. Patty walks using her long arm swings for a biomechanical advantage. She progresses beyond only halfway looking ahead. Then she extends the arm back, so to turn her head to look. The 3/4 arm swing to the front allows her to bear. Holding here, the long arm is straight down, then it is thrust ahead. The right arm is extended out in front to propel her forward. This profile view shows her as slightly hunched over. She moves forward powerfully while watching ahead. Turning both her head and shoulders to look towards the man filming. She turned to stare back deliberately during a 3-step strike. Then quickly snaps her head back to look forward again, taking a long stride to get past the tree blocking her view. This natural walking biped is probably a hominid like us. Humbly respect nature and all other beings, and have good intentions. If you sense our presence, respect our territories, our families and natural resources, especially the berries. Let us come to you. Eventually we can commune with each other to find the mutually beneficial coexistence.